Easy, guys. I put my pants on, just like the rest of you, one leg at a time. Except, once my pants are on, I make gold records.
Hey, vinyl community and everybody out there in YouTube land. Spin Doctor and his Vinyl Mayhem. Coming back to do another video. That's right. How about that? I think it's 3 videos in like a week's time almost. Haven't done that in a long time. But wanted to do this video of some new stuff that's come into my collection. Thanks to my buddy Doug Osbury at Big Love Vinyl, located in Oak Island, North Carolina. Check him out and check out these awesome hoodies that he has available online. Got mine a few weeks ago. This is actually my wife's. I stole it. Yep. Or she stole it from me, one or the other. I'm not sure, but check them out. You can get it in white, black, and this awesome Carolina blue. That's right. But I've talked about Big Love Vinyl a lot, and Doug, great friend of mine, known him for quite a few years now, and I order from him. He hooks me up with some great stuff, and I have a stack of records here of stuff that I've gotten in the last month or so, and I got a package just yesterday. It was great because I had a terrible week, which I won't get into, and it was nice to come home to this package of stuff that I partially knew what I was getting, but also didn't know what I was getting. At least I didn't know what was coming on this package, so I'm going to get into it right now. So I knew this was coming. The reissue of Buckingham Nicks, you know, I got the Rhino Hi-Fi. I haven't showed that yet in one of my videos, but I also wanted to get this one. This is the Bellman cut, also all analog. I wanted to get the, I think it's considered baby blue, just because I'm crazy like that. I know. I haven't listened to this one yet, but this is the color it is on that Rhino label, like the Polydor label, like the original, but it says Rhino instead. Again, I haven't listened to it yet. I've seen a lot of review videos. Honestly, the collector in me just wanted to get one of these versions, and of course I was going to go with the blue version because, well, blue is one of my colors. But I was very happy to get it. Thanks to Doug for that. But haven't gotten around to listening to it yet. I did listen to my Rhino. Didn't do a comparison to my original, but the Rhino did sound excellent. I will say that. So I was very happy with that. But we'll listen to this one probably this weekend. So anyway, very cool. Very nice to finally see that album reissued after all these years. Next, this is a new album that I was excited about, and I must say I'm very, very impressed with it. This is the new Robert Plant album that came out just a few weeks ago, Saving Grace with Susie Diem and his, I can't remember what the backing band is called. But this is the special indie exclusive on this color. I don't want to get it out, but this album, if you haven't listened to it yet, do it. It is so good. He's got a great backing band, background singers, co-lead vocals with some people. This album is great. This is a great sit back and relax album. Very folky, old-time rock and roll, 50s, 60s vibe, Americana vibe. Just a really, really, really good, just straight up, you know, campfire type, just great album. I mean, great. I mean, they're all traditional songs, like old songs, like they're covers, but just really, really good stuff. I was very impressed with this album. Definitely one of my favorites so far this year. So very impressed with it. Robert Plant's one of those guys that he's very hit or miss for me. I need to go back and look at his album before this one. A lot of people talk about how good that one was, and I kind of brushed it under the rug. His stuff with Alison Krauss I love, but this one, man, very impressed with it. Definitely, if you haven't listened to this one yet, give it a chance. Great album. Doug threw this in for me. I'm a huge Tom Jones fan. He threw this in. He says anytime he sees a Tom Jones album, he thinks of me. So he threw this in. I've never seen this record. Say You'll Stay Until Tomorrow. Um, uh, oh geez, there's the theme from the Pink Panther Strikes Again, Come to Me. I'm not Take Me Tonight. I do know that one. So I'm not 100% familiar with this album. Came out in '77. I love Tom Jones. He's one of my guilty pleasures, I guess. I have probably a huge stack of Tom Jones records. They're always cheap, but anytime I find one that I don't have, I always add it to the collection because they're normally cheap. So if you have Tom Jones records that you're trying to get rid of, think of me. Think of this guy right here, okay? So thank you, Doug. I picked this up too. Foghat Live. This is one of the cleanest copies of this album I've ever seen, and this is just a great live album, of course. It's got, Slow Ride, of course, the great live version of that. And, of course, Just Want to Make Love to You, that epic version of that. This, I think, sometimes gets brushed under the rug as being just a great live album, but it really, really is. And was able to pick this up. It's in great condition. This is one of those records that got played a lot at parties. And so finding them in as good a condition as that, very hard to do, I would say. This right here, this was an upgrade copy for me. Doug knows how I feel about hype stickers. And I already have a copy of this, but not with this hype sticker. Check that out, yo. Weird Al's second album in 3D with, of course, the big mega hit Eat It that put him on the map with that huge hype sticker. It's also got great songs like King of Sway, Nature Trail to Hell, and, of course, one of my all-time favorites, I Lost on Jeopardy. To me, Weird Al is king. I don't know what else to say. I've seen him twice live. I didn't see him this last tour, which is one of his biggest, I know. Would have loved to have, but a lot of other shows I saw this year. So, but to be able to get this record with the hype sticker, this is definitely an upgrade copy for me. I'm very excited. So I'll be purging my other copy for sure. This was a huge get for me. I was super excited to see this. I couldn't pull the trigger fast enough. I had to make sure I got it. But this has been on my want list for a long time. My last video, I showed the Cramps record, but to get this is their first EP, Gravest Hits. This is an original on the IRS label there. This is in great shape. And so to pick this up, this is an EP of all their singles. Most of them were covers except for Human Fly. That was their only original on this. But I was so excited to pick this up. Definitely a huge check off my want list. So honestly, right now with my Cramps, I feel like I'm kind of complete because the first two albums to me are like, bam, where it's at. And then and then this, of course, and then the Bad News for Bad People, or Bad Songs for Bad People. That's a comp of the first two albums and this. And so I kind of feel like that's it for me. I know there's some that are completists out there. For me, that's kind of where I feel like all I need with them. So, and to have all originals of those makes it even better. So, definitely excited. Everyone knows I'm a huge Clapton fan, and I already had 2 copies of this record, but I didn't have this copy, and so Doug was like, hey. I was like, yes, this is the 30th or 35th anniversary of Slow Hand, remastered at Abbey Road. It says from the analog tapes. I don't know. I've listened to it, and I need to listen to my MoFi and my original and do an actual comparison of these. But I have listened to it. I mean, it sounds good. Like I said, I really need to go back and listen to all three to really make a good comparison. But when you're a Clapton fan like I am, you know, I have 4 copies of Unplugged, 3 copies of Slow Hand. I did have 3 copies of Derek and the Dominoes, but I did get rid of 2 of them because there's really not a good copy of that except for the MoFi. So, but yeah, I had to add this one to the collection, and I figured the anniversary one was the one to get, so I got it. And then this, very excited to add this because I did not have a copy of this record at all. This is Blind Faith's original or first self-titled. Of course, this is the supergroup that has Steve Winwood, Eric Clapton, Ginger Baker. Of course, I had to do a little bit of editing of the cover here. Don't worry, this is in a plastic sleeve. This is a Japanese pressing, and this thing is in immaculate shape. Of course, this has the big hits, Can't Find My Way Back Home and Presence of the Lord. This is, I've needed a copy of this for a long time, and when Doug showed this Japanese pressing, I was like, I've got to get that for sure, and was just very excited because this thing is just in great shape. Obi strip, everything included, just in phenomenal shape. Disc is super clean. Yeah, what more could you ask for? And then lastly, another great Japanese pressing. I think I've mentioned it before, but I saw Alice Cooper and Judas Priest in concert a few weeks back, and Doug also had this Japanese pressing of Turbo, and this thing is still in the shrink. And I mean, this is just a really cool. I mean, look how nice this is. Again, just immaculate condition. Turbo's not by far not my favorite Judas Priest album, but you know, Turbo Lover is a great song. Rock You Around the World is a good one. Parental Guidance is a good one. I mean, so it's not a bad album by any means, but again, I just couldn't pass up the cleanliness of this record, and Japanese pressings have really kind of taken a hold of me lately. They're not always the best sounding like people say they are, but they just look so cool too. And that, I mean, that's just beautiful looking. The fact that it's still in the shrink too, just very, very nice. So anyway, guys, that's what I got for you today. Some awesome records that have been added to the collection thanks to Doug and Big Love Vinyl. Check him out online at biglovevinyl.com. He does a new arrivals every Friday morning on Facebook and YouTube. And he's always adding collections. And he does do new stuff as well, as you can see by the Robert Plant record. So check him out, man. He's always getting good stuff, and a wide variety of stuff too, not just like, you know, the regular stuff. You know, so check him out. But anyway, leave me some comments down below. Leave me that old thumbs up, like, subscribe, do all that great stuff, guys. I would appreciate it. I appreciate everyone that tunes in. I appreciate all you guys. And until next time, peace and love, and bye.